When I'm teaching for these people, they're joyful, they're wonderful, and every day they bring me great happiness. And I don't want to look in their eyes and say, I'm sorry we can't provide for you, I'm sorry you can't have the things that you need to learn.
Teachers from northern Kentucky make the trip to Frankfort to demand money for schools, but the protests in Frankfort were not the only ones in Kentucky. More than 50 people gathered in Florence to make sure that legislators heard their dissatisfaction, I should say. The Now's Tom McKee was there. He has their story.
Holmes High School and all Covington schools were closed on Monday, as were a number of other northern Kentucky districts. Teachers took the time to protest the current school funding bill and pension reform bill before the Kentucky General Assembly. Some teachers traveled to Frankfort, others took the time to protest in Florence. They gathered at the intersection of Burlington Pike and Mall Road, a mix of teachers, parents, and students. They're worried northern Kentucky districts may lose $30 million in the current bill. Angela Turnick, Holmes High School assistant principal, brought her daughter and wants full funding.
Our kids are the future, and if we don't do something about what's going on right now in Frankfort, then we could potentially lose programs that will impact our kids' futures.
Protesters carried signs and urged drivers passing by to honk their horns in support, and many of them did.
Public schools should really be affected because the easiest way to stop progress is to not educate the youth, because they represent what progress is.
Another key issue is pension reform. A bill pushed through the General Assembly tied it to sewage legislation. For these teachers, it's a sign that what they're doing doesn't matter.
We're a little disappointed. I think we feel very discounted and minimized because we all have, we have to have master's degrees in order to be teachers in the state of Kentucky. And we feel like we deserve more respect.
Every one of these people believes that their voices will be heard and that their voices have to be heard.
It shows that there's not people just in Frankfort. There's people all over the state of Kentucky who are upset and who deserve what they have worked for.
While the protest was going on, many districts like Kenton County were prepared to serve lunch to those students who qualify. Not many did at Turkeyfoot Middle School, but they were ready just in case.
We want to make sure that kids have access to food, especially after a weekend and an unexpected day off.
Covington, Kenton County, and Boone County are among districts that plan to resume full classes on Tuesday. Tom McKee for The Now in Covington.